Hello, dears. In today's class, we'll be discussing the topic Basics of TV Program Production. And in this, we'll be dealing about studio recording and editing. So let's move on to the first one, studio recording. So in this video, we'll be discussing the several processes of studio recording. Okay, and later on, we'll see that of editing. And the first process is preparation. As we all know, for a program of for a TV program to be produced, it must have a proper script. So you have to have a finalized script outlining the entire program, including the dialogue, actions, and timing. So the complete script or the finalized script must be available with you. And then rehearsals is the second point in preparation. That is, you have to conduct rehearsals with the talent and crew to ensure smooth execution of the program. And the third one is set design, in which you'll have to prepare and set up the studio environment, ensuring it aligns with the program's requirements. So the studio or the set design must align with your program's requirement. And now we'll see the second step. It's the technical setup. And in this comes the cameras, lighting, and the audio setup. Okay, so for camera, you have to position and set up cameras for optimal coverage, and you also have to consider the camera angles, movements, and shot compositions to ensure the proper uh, shooting of a program. And now the second one, lighting. We know that proper lighting is crucial while shooting a TV program, and you have to plan and set up lights to enhance visibility. There must be proper visibility and create the desired atmosphere. And now the third audio, in which set up microphones strategically to capture high quality audio. So the audio must be in high quality and monitor sound levels and address potential issues regarding the audio. And now the in the studio recording, it is the recording process. That is director's role. The director is the person who guides the crew. He communicates with the talent and ensures adherence to the script and vision. And now, if applicable, the live audience is another factor coming in this. And in this, coordinate the audience participation and reactions if the program involves a live audience. We know there are different types of TV shows. In some of them, the program will contain a live audience. So in that case, you have to coordinate the audience participation and their reactions. And there might be multiple takes, or there have to be multiple takes in which you have to record multiple takes to capture the best performances and angles. So every time if you shoot from just one angle, it might not be that effective. So you have to have multiple takes from different angles to capture the best performance. And then b-roll footage, we had already discussed this earlier in other classes. So in b-roll footage, it means that you have to capture additional footage, and this can be used for the editing purposes, showcasing different perspectives or close-ups. And now the fourth one is monitoring and feedback. That is, you need a control room where the director, producers, and the technical crew can monitor the recording. So they have to have the setup in order to monitor the recording process. And then they have to establish a clear communication channel between the control room and the studio floor for instant feedback and adjustment. While shooting a program, the communication must be clearly established. And then we'll move on to the editing process. So the first one we discussed was the studio recording, in which we saw the preparation phase, the technical setup, and the recording process. And now the next one we discussed about monitoring and feedback that has to be given. And now we'll move on to the editing session. And in this, the first one is a post-production setup. So editing is a post-production setup. So after the program is shot, we'll move on to the editing process. And in this, you'll have to use proper editing softwares. So you have to use professional editing software such as Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, or Avid Media Composer. These are some of them, and you have to use a proper editing software. And import footage is one very important thing. That is, you have to transfer recorded footage and audio files to the editing system. And now, what comes in this editing process? So the first one is assembly edit. That is, create a rough cut by assembling the footage in chronological order. So you have to assemble the footage, all those you have shot. You have to choose the perfect ones from them and arrange it in a chronological order. And then comes fine cut. In Fine Cut, you have to refine the edit for pacing, timing, and overall coherence, and then comes adding transitions. You have to integrate transitions to this Fine Cut or the videos you have assembled together. And in this, you can use cuts, fades, vibes, and this is used to enhance the flow between the scenes you have shot. And now comes audio editing, in which you have to adjust and balance the audio levels. You can add music or sound effects as needed. So this is also a very important factor in the editing process. And now comes the color correction, in which you can enhance or correct colors to achieve a consistent and visually appealing look. And now the third part of editing comes like graphics and effects. And in text and graphics, you can add titles. If necessary, you can add titles, subtitles, and any necessary on-screen graphics. And the visual effects is also very much important. You can integrate special effects or visual enhancements if required according to the video you have shot. According to the thing you are going to produce, you can add or integrate special effects or visual enhancements. And now the fourth factor is a review and feedback, which is very much important. While screening, the first one is screening. You have to conduct internal screenings to identify areas for improvement. So the thing you have shot or the thing you have assembled together, it might have some areas for improvement. So you have to conduct internal screenings to identify those. And then the client or producer feedback is very much important, because you have to get in this, you have to gather feedback from the stakeholders and make necessary revisions, because this is being produced for some persons or a company or certain stakeholders. You have to gather their feedback. And then finalization. In this part, export, that is, you have to choose appropriate settings for exporting the final product. And then the master copy, you can save a high quality master copy for archival purposes. So these are the main factors that comes under the basics of TV program production. I hope it's clear. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next class. So thank you.